In business on Newsdesk, the Ghana Revenue Authority says it will meet its end-of-year target despite challenges with mobilization for half-year. The authority is expected to mobilize some 28 billion Ghana cedis. However, with some setbacks as of July in meeting the half-year target, there are fears the situation could worsen by the end of the year. This has already resulted in government spending 3 billion cedis more than budgeted as at July. But Commissioner General George Blankson says the situation will improve by the end of December. Now, the Finance Minister, Seth Terkper, is expecting some drastic reduction in the cost of credit very soon. The minister is basing his forecast on government decision to gradually reduce borrowings from banks in the short term. Mr. Terkper disclosed this in an interaction with journalists in Accra.
According to the Finance Minister, the decision is already yielding some results as the Treasury bill rates, which often influences the cost of credit, has been trending down.
Hopefully, Bank of Ghana will pick the signal. The government is not inflation or no inflation. We are not in the market. If we get this right, and this is where oil price becomes important, or next year, additional revenues from 10, which is coming in, and going forward from Sankofa. If you take a long-term view, increases, increase your sinking fund, and therefore you can do more. By the way, it's only our treasury bills and bonds that we don't amortize principal. When the government borrows standard loans, we amortize both principal and interest. And so that is what we want to start doing, to introduce some of that element into it. Okay.
On recent proposals by the president to look at the option of capping interest rate, the finance minister said that government is still carrying out the necessary engagement, the way forward for this policy. The minister also hinted of plans of issuing more long-term government papers to help finance infrastructure projects in the country.
It is focused exclusively on the domestic market. The two markets are open to us, right? The capital market is open to me, the domestic market is open to me. And so particularly in the financing of long-term, major road projects, major, counterpart funds and things, I don't have to be looking to the short term. And if it's a domestic market that is liquid and the rates are good, I'll come to the domestic market. If it's a foreign market, I'll go to the foreign market. And why would I go to the market, foreign market? We are working with Bank of Ghana. The sinking fund is dollars. I don't have to convert it immediately. For as long as it remains part of Bank of Ghana's reserves, which they can also, in the past we were converting this instrument straight away and then you go back and buy. And therefore, I think borrowing in Forex, I have Forex resources to leverage and borrow at low rates. It's because of the perception of risk against Ghana. Deficit, debt levels, that's why we're paying those high interest rates. But as we begin to get it right, hopefully we'll bring the interest rate also down.
According to a recent report by the Bank of Ghana, average interest rates are hovering around 34%. So if the minister's projection is anything to go by, then the concern of rising cost of credit for businesses could soon be a thing of the past. There are even speculations that the Bank of Ghana may even reduce the policy rate to aid government's plan of reducing the cost of credit.
And that's all for business. Coming up next is Sports with George Adu Jr.